Your dog thinks you hung the moon. You are literally the best thing that has ever happened to them. They would follow you into a burning building without hesitation. But, and this is important, there are things you do every single day that your dog genuinely cannot stand. And the hardest part, they love you too much to show it. Dogs are the most forgiving creatures on earth. They don't hold grudges. They don't withdraw love. They just keep showing up, tail wagging, completely devoted. Even when something in their environment or something their owner is doing is stressing them out, making them uncomfortable, or quietly chipping away at their sense of safety. And that unconditional loyalty is exactly why so many owners never realize there's a problem. Because your dog will sit through something they hate and still lick your face afterward. They will tolerate things that bother them deeply because you are their whole world and they don't want to disappoint you. That loyalty is beautiful. But it also means the responsibility falls entirely on us to learn what they need and what hurts them. In today's video, we're going through 10 things dogs hate, from things owners do without realizing to everyday situations that stress dogs out more than we'd ever expect. Understanding these things won't just improve your dog's quality of life, it will deepen the trust between you in ways that change everything. Some of these might surprise you. A few might make you want to go find your dog and apologize. That's okay. That just means you're paying attention. Number 7 is the one most dog owners genuinely don't see coming, so stay all the way through. Let's get into it. Number 1, hugging. Let's start with the one that is going to be the hardest to hear, because it comes from a place of pure love. Humans hug to show affection. It's one of our most instinctive expressions of warmth, comfort, and connection. So naturally, when we love our dogs, we hug them. We wrap our arms around them and squeeze because we want them to feel how much we care. And your dog will almost certainly tolerate it. They may even lean into it.
But research tells a different and uncomfortable story about what most dogs actually experience during a hug. A widely discussed study by canine researcher Dr. Stanley Coren analyzed hundreds of photos of people hugging dogs and assessed the dog's body language. The results were striking. In the majority of images, the dogs were displaying clear stress signals: ears pinned back, heads turned away, eyes showing whale eye, where the whites of the eyes become visible, mouths closed tight. These are the universal signs of a dog that is uncomfortable and trying to cope. Here is why. In dog body language, placing a limb or body over another dog is an act of dominance. When you wrap your arms around your dog from above, their instincts are reading that gesture through a completely different lens than your intentions. It can feel restraining, controlling, and mildly threatening, even from someone they love completely. This doesn't mean never show physical affection. It means find the forms of touch your specific dog actually loves. A chest scratch, a shoulder rub, leaning against you side by side, and lead with those. Watch your dog's body language honestly the next time you hug them. If they're turning their head, licking their lips, or going very still, they're tolerating it for you. Loving them means choosing their comfort over your gesture.
That is precisely what inconsistent rules feel like to a dog. Dogs are extraordinarily sensitive to patterns. Their understanding of what is acceptable is built entirely on consistent feedback over time. When the rules shift, when they're allowed on the couch sometimes but not others, when jumping up gets a laugh one day and a scolding the next, the dog cannot build a coherent understanding of what the expectations are. And that uncertainty is genuinely stressful. Consistency in a dog's world is an act of respect and kindness. It doesn't mean rigid or harsh rules. It means clear, predictable expectations that every person in the household maintains. When a dog knows exactly what is expected of them, they relax, they settle, they stop testing because they already know the answer. That clarity is one of the most valuable gifts you can give a dog. Number 4, loud noises and chaotic environments. Dogs experience the acoustic world at a level we genuinely cannot fully appreciate. Their hearing range extends significantly beyond ours. They can detect sounds at frequencies up to roughly 65,000 hertz, compared to our ceiling of around 20,000. Their ears are mobile instruments, capable of rotating and focusing independently to pinpoint the origin of a sound with remarkable precision.
Fireworks are the most well-documented example. Veterinary emergency visits spike dramatically on and around major firework holidays. But thunderstorms, construction noise, aggressive arguments in the home, and even the vacuum cleaner can trigger significant stress responses. Shaking, panting, pacing, hiding, and destructive behavior are all documented responses to sound stress in dogs. What makes this particularly important is that noise anxiety tends to compound over time rather than resolve itself. A dog who has a severe reaction to thunderstorms and receives no support during those events often becomes more sensitive over successive storms, not less. The takeaway for daily life is simple. Be mindful of the sound environment you're creating for your dog. A household that runs at a consistently high volume is a chronically stressful environment for an animal whose hearing is 5 times more sensitive than yours. Number 5, rushed or skipped walks. For a house dog, a walk is not a bathroom trip with some steps attached. It is their primary engagement with the outside world. Every surface they walk on, every patch of grass, every spot where another dog paused 3 hours ago, these are all dense information sources that your dog is reading through scent in real time. A walk to a dog is like reading the news, checking social media, and exploring a new neighborhood all at once. When walks are consistently rushed, when you keep a tight leash and power through without letting them stop and sniff, your dog is being denied one of their most fundamental forms of mental enrichment. Animal behaviorists consistently emphasize that allowing dogs to sniff freely provides mental stimulation that is equally, if not more, exhausting than physical exercise.
A 20-minute sniff-led walk where your dog calls the pace does more for their overall well-being than a 40-minute brisk march where you pull them past everything interesting. Slow down. Let them stop. Let them read the world at their own pace. That walk means everything to them. Number 6, being forced into uncomfortable social situations. There is enormous social pressure on dog owners to have friendly, outgoing, socially easy dogs. And when a dog doesn't fit that mold, owners often respond by pushing harder, forcing greetings, pulling reluctant dogs toward other dogs, telling nervous animals to just get over it. This approach backfires consistently and significantly. A dog that is uncomfortable with a specific situation and is physically maneuvered into that interaction anyway doesn't learn that the thing is safe. They learn that their communication doesn't work. And when communication stops working, dogs escalate to the next tool available to them. That escalation is where bites happen. Advocate for your dog in social situations. You are their voice. If someone reaches toward your dog and your dog moves away, it is completely appropriate to say, "She needs a moment," or "He prefers to approach on his own terms." A dog that knows their owner will protect their space becomes more secure, not less social. Number 7, strong and unfamiliar smells. This is the one I promised you, and it's one almost no one thinks about. A dog's sense of smell is estimated to be between 10,000 and 100,000 times more sensitive than a human's. The part of a dog's brain dedicated to analyzing smell is proportionally 40 times larger than the equivalent region in the human brain. Smell is not just one of their senses. It is their dominant sense. It is the primary language through which they understand and experience the world.
This means that environments and substances that carry strong artificial or unfamiliar scents are not just slightly unpleasant for dogs, they can be completely overwhelming. Heavily fragranced cleaning products used on the floors they walk on, strong perfumes applied right before handling them, scented candles running in rooms where they sleep, lawn chemicals on the grass they walk through. Pay attention to your dog's behavior around strong scents. Sneezing, rubbing their face on surfaces, leaving rooms, or reluctance to enter certain areas are all signals that their olfactory experience is not comfortable. Give your dog a consistently scent-neutral space in your home. Their nose is in a completely different league, and it deserves that consideration. Number 8, being left alone too long without preparation. Dogs are pack animals. Solitude is not a natural state for them. It is something they learn to tolerate, and there is a significant difference between those two things. In the wild, a dog's ancestors lived, hunted, slept, and spent virtually every moment of their lives in close proximity to their social group. Separation from the pack was not a normal daily occurrence. It was associated with danger, being lost, or being abandoned. That evolutionary history is fully present in your house dog. When you leave, something in their nervous system registers an absence that is much more loaded than we typically appreciate. Preparation makes an enormous difference. Dogs that are gradually desensitized to being alone handle separation far better than dogs for whom a sudden long absence is the first experience. Leaving a worn item of clothing with your scent, providing a long-lasting food enrichment item when you leave, all of these reduce the distress of being alone. And when you come home, be present. That reunion matters deeply to your dog. They have been waiting, oriented toward your return, for hours. Give them a genuine hello. That moment of reconnection is one of the most significant moments of their day. Number 9, punishment-based training. Punishment-based training, using physical correction, intimidation, harsh verbal reprimands, or the alpha dominance framework, has been extensively studied by animal behaviorists, and the conclusions are consistent and clear. It works in the short term to suppress behavior, and it causes significant harm in the long term to the dog's emotional well-being and to the owner-dog relationship. Dogs trained primarily through punishment show higher rates of anxiety, fear, and aggression. They become conditioned to associate their owner with the possibility of pain or intimidation. They work to avoid punishment rather than to engage and please. And that difference in internal motivation produces a fundamentally different dog. Modern science-based dog training is built entirely on understanding how dogs actually learn through clear communication, consistent positive reinforcement, and management of the environment. It is more effective, it produces more stable and confident dogs, and it builds a relationship based on trust and cooperation rather than fear. Your dog wants to please you. They don't need to be afraid of you to do it. Number 10, not being talked to or acknowledged. Your dog is aware of you constantly. When you're home, they know where you are in the house. They track your movements, your mood, your energy, and your attention with a focus and dedication that is genuinely extraordinary. You are the center of their world in a way that is not metaphorical. It is literal and neurological. Research has shown that the sound of their owner's voice activates the reward center of a dog's brain. Not just any voice, specifically yours. The tone, the rhythm, the particular quality of the way you speak to them. When you talk to your dog, tell them about your day, narrate what you're doing, call their name warmly when they come into the room, you are providing something that genuinely registers as positive and meaningful in their brain. You don't need to perform for your dog. You don't need to entertain them constantly. You just need to acknowledge them. Speak to them genuinely. Include them.
Let them know that you see them and they matter. Because to your dog, nothing in the world is more important than knowing that they matter to you. So there you have it. 10 things dogs hate and the real reasons behind every single one. Here's what I want you to take away from this video. Your dog has never asked you for very much. They don't need luxury or perfection. They need to feel safe. They need consistency. They need to know that when something bothers them, you'll notice. And they need to know that the person they love more than anything in the world sees them, really sees them, and is trying. That's all they've ever wanted. And the fact that you watched this video tells me you're already giving them that. If this video helped you understand your dog a little better, please give it a like. It genuinely helps this channel grow and reach more pet owners who need this kind of content. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And drop your dog's name in the comments below. I want to know who you watch this for. I read every single one. Take care of your dogs. They take care of you every single day. See you in the next one.